Welcome back to my channel, guys. Eddie here, back with another Vampire Diaries reaction. This time it's episode 18 of season 1, and I believe it is called Under Control. Well, the only thing that could possibly mean, from what I know, is Stefan, after the last episode, is gonna have to keep something under control. But it probably has multiple meanings. I loved the last episode so much. I think if you've seen it already, you know. Um, but I have a bone to pick with the show because I specifically asked that they not do this to me again for a minute. And the overwhelming response has been that that's how the end of the season is going to be, just a big old roller coaster. And I'm both excited and wary. It has been so hard for me not to just like keep on watching all weekend. I just like literally I'd sit down knowing I have to edit something for YouTube and just like edit, watch the next Vampire Diaries episode. And, you know, that took a lot of willpower. I want to know what happens next so bad. I am sensing that there's going to be some development in Damon and Stefan's relationship, and I'm so here for it. So here for it. I'm praying for the return of Bonnie. Yeah. And thank you guys so much for just all the nice, kind things you've said to me. Just keeping a lively discussion going with me in the, especially on Patreon and on YouTube as well. I just edited episode 12 for YouTube, and because I'm like so far ahead on Patreon, it's just hilarious to look back at only 5 episodes ago. It's really, if you think about it, it's really not that. That's not really that many episodes, but like how different I feel about things and people and stuff just in 5 episodes. It's just funny. It honestly just feels like a lifetime ago, to be honest. Also, it's like I kind of just want to binge a couple of episodes now, but like if it's anything like the last one, I know that I'm not gonna have the energy for it. Also, I just like talking with you guys, but still, it's difficult to wait. That is for sure. I can't believe we're approaching the end of the season. Honestly, have no idea why I never like finished, like why I never went past a few episodes the first time I watched this, like, and why I thought what I thought. I don't even really remember what I thought at this point, but yeah, this is a great show, and I'm becoming addicted to it. It's so weird, like shows that make you slow burn you for things, like they don't give you what you want right away, but they kind of show you what it could be, and that's smart because it makes you addicted to getting it. Like getting a relationship between Stefan and Damon, that's healthy and loving. Like it's like they show you it's possible, but you're gonna hate Damon for a minute, and like, but then when you start to get what you want, you just want it more and more than ever before. Like, or like a Caroline who's in a good place where she has more confidence than she did before. Like, I've never wanted somebody to have confidence in themselves so badly, or to feel worthy. Like, they're really good at doing this with my heart. So let's get into this. Episode 18. I'm excited and I'm nervous. Oh, and I just saw, I can't help but see the thumbnails now when I go on, like, episode 20's thumbnail. Damon and Stefan sitting on a like grassy hill with no shirts, and it's the ones from the past with their good hair. And then, like, my first thought was, how necessary are 18 and 19? Probably pretty necessary. I'm only kind of kidding. I obviously want to watch these two, but man, I can't wait for that. Let's go.
Trying to get the town off the trail of vampires, which is not very easy considering there's an entire tomb of them running around.
What are we planning on doing about that?
How do they expect me to pay attention?
I actually have it under complete control.
You do? Huh. Carry on making the rest of us vampires look bad. Have a great day, Steph.
He knows.
Oh, hey. Almost forgot something. Oops.
I've never seen anything more on purpose in my life. He's right though, Stefan. You
on, Jeremy.
lying about it and or to yourself and denying about it is not gonna get you anywhere.
Elena.
Uncle John.
Jenna.
John,
Ew.
you made it.
You said I'd be in by noon.
Oh, what you say
Dr.
and what you do are
Whale.
typically two very different things.
My mom was gonna strangle her if she dropped off on lasagna.
Oh.
How dare she bring lasagna to the house? Like, even if you don't like lasagna, it's still nice of her.
I just don't want any.
What?
Wow, look at them. You know what? Her death, I remember it affecting me so much. But I will love if it can bring something good. Like, it can bring people together who wouldn't normally have come together. You know? I think that is a fantastic way to honor somebody's life, is for their memory to create good things. That's a legacy for them, and not much that happened during her life was good. So and that's great. It's really great. Also, I'm gonna say it again, and I don't care. I'm shipping these two. Just Anna's not on the screen right now, and so I'm gonna ship these two just for fun. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Jeremy wrote this.
He's very clear that he didn't think it was real.
I really hope you're right because I've done so much to protect him from all of this.
People always think that they're protecting people by doing literally everything except for probably the most important thing that can protect them, and that's telling them the truth. I understand. I don't blame anybody because this happens all the time in real life and in shows. It's just how we feel as people. But like, I think really though it's because it's too hard to explain, and that's uncomfortable. Especially here, the reason for it is even more pronounced because there are actual things you can do to prevent vampires from getting in your house. Literally, all you have to do is just not invite them in. And so keeping people in the dark is especially dangerous. I'm just saying, like, it's just a common thing, and it annoys me that humans, do this all the time. The truth would be the best thing to do to protect somebody if that's what your goal is.
It's not safe for them to know the truth. So,
Why?
yes.
Will it invite even more of vampires to town if they know?
Stefan's a good guy.
I don't think so.
But
The same ones will be here doing the same thing they were doing before.
At the end of the day,
I'm a little confused what you're protecting them
I have
from.
no interest in the Founders Day kickoff
How does not
party.
knowing keep them safe?
Sure you do. Come certain obligations, including going to the party. One day, when you can appreciate the significance,
Can he not
I'll
eat
tell you
like
all
that?
about your heritage.
Why does she hate you?
We used to sleep together.
That wasn't a funny joke if that was a joke.
Damon.
Also, people who eat like that, you already know are evil. And I have that brain disorder, I think it is. They get, it's my excuse at least, where I get extremely irritated with mouth sounds, like eating sounds. So, hell no.
I don't even know how to talk to him anymore. I mean, we used to be a lot more open with each other.
Try.
But now, with all these secrets just piling up,
Try.
I haven't even told him that I'm adopted yet.
It's only hard because you're not trying.
Everything, but I'm gonna be okay.
I've been really worried about you. And I've missed you.
I just needed to lay low for a little while.
Let my body breathe.
He's trying so hard to be strong.
Feels
It's
like
just
a
gonna cause him
lifetime.
problems. I think he's so used to feeling at least like the only responsible one or the only one in control that he's afraid to let anybody know that he's not. Doesn't know what that will bring, and I think that's just gonna make it so bad for him. He needs help.
Stefan. Oh, good. You're here.
You ask, I come.
Easy like that.
No, Elena, I will not go to your bedroom with you.
How long is it gonna take before he's back to normal?
2 days, give or take.
I don't like the way she phrased that question. I don't know if it was a writing thing or if it's a character thing. We'll see, I'm sure. But I don't like the way that was phrased. So now I'm hesitant about what's coming because she said, how long until he's back to normal? And that's exactly the wrong question. It's like, that's something that's impossible to know and really shouldn't matter. It's almost like shucking off like the responsibility or like kind of accepting that they say they can handle it on their own when you know that's not the truth. I think deep down you know it's not the truth. I think Damon knows, especially. I think Elena knows too, and I think Damon is intending to help, but now I'm curious about Elena if she is going to be like able to stick by his side when things get ugly. Because it's not about like when he will get himself back to normal. Like if you care about him, you'll just be there as long as it takes. Because it might go up and down. We'll see.
He's not you. Not even close.
Well, he doesn't want to be me. That doesn't mean deep down that he's not. Mm-hmm.
Our choices are what define us. So it does mean that he's not. That's important. And I really hope that Elena's going to prove, like, kind of the thoughts in my head right now wrong. I really, really hope that. I think she will. I hope she will.
Just can't believe Mom and Dad never told you that you were adopted.
Look at this. Aw.
Sure, they would have eventually.
I love this.
Does it bug you that we're not?
No. Jer, you're my brother. That's all that matters. So,
Aw.
Mr. Saltzman,
This was
said
so
you've been
needed.
doing great in his...
I know, our little town.
I feel like we just had a Founders Day thing.
Shouldn't be here. Come on, don't be
You
a
guys
downer.
did tell me that they
Party
like
for
to
the
do this a
founding
lot.
families. We are who we are, Stefan. Pretending doesn't change that.
Stop that.
Oh, nothing would make you happier than to just see me give in, huh, David?
Whatever. It's inevitable.
You know what? I hope that's why he's not doing that because he wants Stefan to fall apart. I think he's doing it to challenge him not to. I hope. God, I have so many hopes.
This town is one big family. And when we lose a member, we all have to come together. Matt, come.
Two parents that I hate right there on the screen. You know, okay, that's not fair. I don't hate her.
Dude, your dad's gonna beat you.
I don't like her.
Yeah, let him try.
But
Screw it.
there's like a tiny, teeny, tiny part of me that feels sorry for her in some weird way. But I do hate the dad.
Have I entered an alternate universe?
Did I just said that?
One way or another.
Mhm. I think Damon is enjoying it a little bit.
History
If only
teacher,
to
3
make
o'clock.
himself feel better about his own
How do I look?
self.
Beautiful.
Whoa! Watch it!
I'm sorry. My fault, I'm clumsy.
Get off the dance floor.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me?
There's no way to talk to a lady.
I think you need to apologize.
I mean, I'm not sure why he was so rude, to be honest, but...
Stefan, it's fine.
Now walk away.
hurts. This hurts so bad. I really don't get why he was so rude, though. That was
Have you
ridiculous.
noticed what your brother
He's lucky it
does?
wasn't
He
Damon.
knows that her death was ruled an overdose.
He'd be dead.
Oh, but Sheriff, if he keeps asking questions.
Damon, no, I'm serious. I'm not gonna do that to him again. I'll handle it.
Okay.
Did he just ask permission?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh god, I hope so bad that he's trying to help Stefan and that he's not doing what I'm suspecting
that.
more and more with every second. To... Ew, gross. This better not be a thing. Ew. To do a switch with Stefan and replace him. Like, purposely becoming the good guy, helping Stefan become the bad one. Or just allowing it. Not even helping, but allowing. I won't like that. Because it's deliberate and it's mean. And it's not genuine, so I won't like it. Please tell me he's trying to help Stefan. Please, 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 God. I have so many hopes and I don't want my life to be destroyed.
Where's the ladies' room?
This way. I'll show you.
Oh no. Gross. I feel
Council
like
meeting.
Yeah, it's
shipping
a
him with
pleasure.
Jeremy
You
is
enjoying
far
the,
better than her.
kickoff?
Oh yeah. Forgot how much fun these
No
small
matter
town
how you feel
celebrations
about it.
are. Vampires running amok. I guess we're just gonna have to hunt them down, throw them in a church, and burn them to ash. You already knew that, didn't you? Being that you're the one that did it.
That was gutsy. Which means... Okay, that caught me so freaking off guard.
Is that what you believe?
Is that really just the end of that? It can't be. Like, I was thinking that he is really pushing his luck, so and he knows better. I feel like he does know better. So there must be something else. He must be protected in some way. Or he must know something. But no? What? What was
do
his
you think
purpose?
happened?
You don't think it was an overdose?
Yes, I do.
Is there something you're not
Stop it.
Why aren't you looking at me?
If he thinks that you're lying to him, he's gonna...
If there was something else you would tell me.
He'll never trust you again.
Of course I would.
Oh god, Matt's gonna kill me.
Gross.
He won't even notice.
Gross.
I think he's act. Yeah, I was a dick to her. I was really bad. And that's what I hate. Is
You were.
I can't make any of it. It's like I don't deserve to even miss her.
You're nice to talk to me. I
Stop
don't
it.
have anyone to talk to.
Get your hands off him. Bitch.
I don't have anyone to talk to either.
Gross.
Oh my god. Matt! No!
Tyler! Holy hell.
You hurt? Go get cleaned up. It's okay. Go get cleaned up. Thank you for your help.
Poor
Everything's fine.
fucking Matt.
Everything's fine, everybody. Come
I
on, everybody
swear
back to
to
the party. Let's
God.
go. Come on, have a good time.
That was really bad on his mom
Fun.
and on Tyler's
Big party,
part,
by
to
the
be
way,
fair. Really bad. Oh no.
Is everything all right?
No.
I should not be so attracted to what is happening right now. I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible person. It's like he's the king of intense looks. Ugh. Matt and Stefan, man, they are going through it. I knew there had to be more. What is this?
You gotta be kidding me.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
What is he?
You think John knew Isabel? I think John knows a lot of things.
Maybe Elena is a Gilbert.
Take care. Have a good night. Sorry about that, man.
Not really. I'm terribly sorry.
You don't want to
This guy is like kind of ridiculous. Nobody
Sorry about
acts
that,
like
too.
this.
No girl to show off for now? I see how this is.
I don't even care. I don't even care. Elena really messed up when he asked her and she lied. That was a big mistake.
Can't explain it.
Nobody has really. This guy,
That is the last time you ever embarrassed this family.
I swear, I can't explain the amount of rage I feel towards that guy.
I'm better off without you.
That is so true and yet so sad.
I want you out of the house.
I don't blame him.
Life by morning.
It's so sad.
Going somewhere?
And he's got
I'd
no
like to be the
choice
last
now
one to
but to
leave a
protect
party.
himself. It's destroying him.
Sure know a lot for someone who just got to town.
Yeah.
More than you can imagine, Damon.
He's annoying in everything
this
he's in.
town goes. Why do you think someone else sent her? Maybe Catherine Pierce.
I didn't know about Catherine.
How do I know anything, Damon? What do you want? So many questions.
You are so annoying.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Rick. I've heard so much about you.
Don't call me Rick.
Oh my god, you scared me.
Sorry.
Please, somebody.
What happened? Is everything
Just-
okay?
Be there for him beyond surface level. Please.
I have this hunger inside of me that I've never felt before in my entire life, and all I keep thinking about is how I promised that I would never keep anything from you, and so I'm telling you this.
It's okay. I need you to tell me these things.
I'm afraid of what I could do to you.
My God.
I'm not. Stefan? Stefan. I'm not.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
God, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this season. God. That needed to happen so bad. And I can't believe it did, honestly. He needed to tell her. And he needed to hear that she wasn't afraid, because he's afraid of himself, and sometimes somebody's belief in you can go a long way towards your belief in yourself. So he needed to hear that. I don't know why I'm like this. It just feels like Matt and Stefan, they're going through some stuff that it's just like really, really hitting home for me. And they need help beyond people just asking them if they're okay or making promises that they're going to try harder without doing anything. So now I need that for Matt too. Dear Lord.
Have a good night, brother.
Is this helping him? Or is it not? I don't know. The music makes me think it's not. Does Damon think he's helping him, or does he not? So... I don't know what to think. I don't like it. 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 Whoa. Well, 1 of 5 down, and you guys were not lying. This is gonna be really hard for me, isn't it? This is gonna be really, really hard. You know what? You know what I think is just I'm loving so much. I mean, there are a lot of things I'm loving about this show. The characters, the story, sometimes the intentional campiness, which I just adore, and like the intentional cheesiness, which is always well done and just enough to, you know, satisfy that craving we all have for that kind of thing. But it's how real the issues that face these vampires are, and not to be the harbinger of like evil Twilight or anything, but like you can really see a difference in how it's handled. They portray very few like difficulties that come along with being a vampire in Twilight, and it's kind of made to look like a wonderful thing, except for like being cold and for, you know, a few other things. I'm not saying that there were none. I'm not saying there were none at all. I'm just saying. But here we start off with the very, like with Stefan and Damon, and you see the differences in the way they live their lives. But that's you know, and that's just the beginning. And then you meet Lexi, and then you start to meet others. But now, it's important to have somebody like this, not just because we want to have like a moral character, or we want to have somebody with like willpower. That's not at all why this is important. What's important about this is to show just how much the blood affects them, how much they crave it, how much they need it. It's just it's so real, because that's how life works. We crave sugar because before we invented sugar, like before we learned how to make synthetic sugar, it was a very hard thing to find in nature. And so evolution, like through evolution, we crave it. Like we crave it so that we'll seek it out, because you do need some sugar. Salt too. Animals all over the world travel large distances to find salt licks in the rainforest and like salt deposits in the desert, because we all need salt. It's a leftover trait from a time when we used to live in the oceans, but we do need salt. And so we crave it, but now it's super abundant and it's become a problem. We get way too much of it. Yet we still crave it. That hasn't gone away. So clearly there's a reason that they crave blood so bad. They need it to survive. That's just like nature working in them. I mean, it kind of makes it so, like, that's a way of, if you just wanted to make the argument, they're not dead at all. That's a very alive thing about them. All living things crave the things they need to survive. And I am loving that we're seeing it through, like, seeing it so effectively through a character who works so hard to fight that part of himself, because he's afraid of what he'll do. He's afraid of himself. He doesn't trust himself. He projects such an image of strength and confidence, and I don't think really has much faith in his own confidence and his own strength in himself. And what he needs more than anything is for somebody to believe in him. That's what he needs. It's not, and that's not a bad thing to say that you or anybody needs somebody to believe in them. We all do. We all can. It's okay. That's okay. Where it goes wrong is when you think that it's not okay, and you like, it's just heartbreaking to watch him try so hard. And I'm so glad that it didn't last longer than, like, he didn't just keep that up until it got worse and worse. This show it shatters a lot of the things I would think about, like, shows most of the time just hold on to things too long for drama, create unnecessary conflict for the sake of drama. Like, this is so real. And that was so good of him to actually say at the end, and I'm so glad that she responded the way she did. She had me a little worried. I am still a little worried. But now she's done, because she did this, I'm not worried because of anything I think she'll do intentionally now. I think she's got good intentions. Now what I'm worried about is that she's not going to know how to handle this well enough, and it's going to be scary, and she's going to, like, and that's maybe going to cause a rift between them, because she's going to feel guilty for not knowing how to help, and if things get worse, she's going to blame herself a little bit. And so now I think that it's a different thing, but it's also still worrying me. Damon, I'm up in the air again. I don't know. I have a feeling it's a little bit of both of what I said before. Like, I think he wants to help Stefan. I don't think he knows the right way to do it. I think he thinks that he needs to just, like, kind of let Stefan get it out of his system or something. Yeah, the problem is that it's been so long, that's why it's affecting you so bad. But the answer isn't to just, like, leave him on his own and, like, you know, let him sink into it deeper until it gets better. I think he needs some support. I really do. Like, but there are other things going on, and it's hard to say whether Damon's just distracted or if he's kind of a little bit hoping that Stefan falls apart and he takes that, like, some sort of place with Elena. I don't know, with Elena maybe. I mean, he's been giving Elena weird looks. In the episode I just edited, episode 12, I didn't notice it the first time, but I noticed that he was watching them dance in we kind of focused on him a little bit, as if to suggest he wants her, which I already knew that, but I mean, to see it that, like, portrayed that way, it kind of makes me feel a little bit more, like, worried for Stefan, because Damon might have other motives than to help Stefan here. I don't think that he's not trying to help him. I just think that, like, the way he goes about it might be a little bit affected, like, by maybe giving himself some time to get, like, to spend or get a little closer to Elena, get them a little bit farther apart before he gets fully better. I don't know. Consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just, I'm really worried for Stefan, that's all. At this point, it's not even, I don't care. It's not about Elena and Stefan. It's about Stefan. I just want him to be okay. And I just wish that everybody around him and Matt just wanted them to be okay. Like Matt's mom. She is a completely selfish person, but we don't know anything about her childhood, so I'm not going to go into that. The choices she makes now are all completely defined by her addiction to drugs, and so I don't like her being in Matt's life because it's not good for Matt, but I'm not going to condemn her because she no longer has any control over it. Like, and I'm not excusing her. I'm not saying that she doesn't have to pay for bad things. She does. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't know anything about her, and I think I'm positive that she cares about Matt, but she has absolutely no idea how to stop caring about herself. That's what drugs do. Alcohol, drugs, all of it, they're all drugs, and it's all bad. That's what they all do when you're addicted, especially. But poor Matt, I mean, he just it's like he turns away from one disaster to look upon another everywhere he goes. I can't tell you how much my heart hurts for him, and I wish so badly that he would try to seek comfort from Caroline, because I think he would find some real loyalty and companionship and support there. Elena's doing that, and I think she's doing the best like she can as a friend, but she's got a lot of people to look out for right now, and he, I think, is hoping for a little bit more from her. Like, not his fault. He's sad. He's in a bad place, and he really, honestly, has no control over what he's feeling and hoping for, but she's not the place to look, and Caroline would be so perfect. I think she would be there for him, and I don't know if he's going to give her the chance to be. I wish he would try, though. I think that is the theme of this episode. I'm just going to have themes now for these episodes, because this one is about I wish you would try. Like Elena says, it's so hard to talk to Jeremy now. Have you tried? Maybe it's hard because you don't know how to start. In life, I've found that it's always easier once you try. You always find that it's easier than you thought. With people, I mean, like having a conversation with them about something. You're just protecting yourself when you don't approach them at all. Like, you just don't want to be uncomfortable. And then she lied when he caught her and asked her a direct question, and that was the worst thing. Everybody does it, but it's just the worst thing. Now she risks him becoming an enemy. That's how bad it is. Like, if, depending on where he goes to seek answers, who he goes to and what they tell him, he could become like an anti-vampire person, or maybe he's on some side that wants to hurt Elena and her friends, or like maybe he's on a different group of vampires. You don't know. Now it's up in the air. He knows, and he doesn't trust her. That was the moment. I mean, maybe not, but I hope not. Tyler. I've been avoiding talking about Tyler because I feel a whole lot of things. So I'll start with his dad. I hate his dad. I have so much rage in my heart for this man. It started with that confrontation in the parking lot where he tried to make the boys fight it out, even though one of them's not his child and he has no say over what he does. And it's continued. It's continued on, and it got way worse again in this episode. I'm disgusted with the way he hit Tyler, and if I had been in this show, I would have ripped his head right off his shoulders. Vampire or not, I would have just done it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why I'm having such a hard time with the way I'm feeling about Tyler right now, because I felt some real sympathy for him, because I think the most important thing a person can do for me to empathize with them is to recognize themselves. So he's ashamed. It of course will never excuse what he did and how he treated her, but the fact that he sees it and is so sorry that there's nothing he'll ever be able to do about it, that's a sign that somebody can change. Somebody is a good person because they're looking at themselves and they're seeing something they don't like and they can admit it. So I felt for him in that moment, and like I said before, I will be so happy to see good things come out of Vicky's memory. For something good to come out of her horrible life, would just be so positive, such a legacy. He's seeking comfort too, anywhere he can, and so I don't really blame him for the part about kind of hooking up or trying to hook up with Matt's mom. I mean, I do a little bit. He definitely shouldn't have done that. It's very selfish. He needs to be considering how Matt's feeling a little bit more than the way he's feeling. That was his sister, and this is his mother. Dear Lord. But I for sure put the majority of my blame in that part of it on her. She needs to, like, get on that thing about trying harder that she keeps saying. She needs to do that at some point. Because I'm not seeing. You know what the first step would be? Not having that drink. That is the very first step. If you say you're going to try harder, the only step that really you're gonna have any control over is whether or not to take that drink. And that's it. That's like period, the end. After that, everything else will become easier. I mean, you're probably feel like shit, but if you love your son and you really want to try, you'll work through it. If you don't try, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you need to go, because maybe you do love him, but you're just destroying him. Like, little by little, piece by piece, no matter what he does to try and make his life better. But with Tyler, Matt understandably exploded. I don't condone exploding like that, but I understand. And Tyler went off. I mean, he's learned violence from his dad. And that's why I'm having such a, like, I don't like that he, like, was beating on Matt for attacking him after that. Matt was in the right. Shouldn't attack him, but still, like... But this is the defense, like... I don't know if Tyler knows much else. From his horrible, like, demon father. That is, like, I don't believe in using, like, terms like this all the time, but that's toxic masculinity right there. That's when you're so obsessed with suppressing anything but what you consider the most manly parts of yourself. Being a tough guy, fighting it out, not having any feelings. Like, that's toxic. That is so toxic. Because all people, male and female, no matter how manly or not they are, all of them have feelings. That's not something that anyone can avoid. And if you pretend like you don't, or that you shouldn't, then you are just setting yourself and others around you up for, like, the only way that it's going to come out then will be anger, because it's the only emotion that literally they end up thinking is masculine enough to portray. So all of the emotions that they suppress come out as anger eventually. So it just becomes a violent thing. People need to be taught, everybody needs to be taught that it's okay to feel things and to let them out before they get worse. Like, it's not about, like, yeah, men can cry. It's like, I'm not trying to say anything else except for, you have feelings. I know you do, because you're a human being. I know you do. Don't lie to me. And if you don't, you're going to be an angry person. And maybe violent. Probably violent. I hate that guy so much. I really do. Sitting here trying to protect the town from some threat, and he's the biggest threat in this town in my eyes, because he sits under the surface and builds and teaches this to his son and perpetuates this cycle. At least when something's going around killing things, like, at least it's like a obvious threat, but he just sits under the surface and everyone thinks he's part of the good guys. That's really that's true dangerous. I'll take an upfront danger any day. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the rest of this. Like, I want to watch more. I'm dying to watch more, and yet, like, are any of these episodes gonna just like leave me in peace? You guys. It's like I'm feeling for these characters like they're real people. It's crazy. Yeah, my friend Stefan the other day, he kind of fell apart and I don't know what to do. Oh my god. Anyway, great episode. This season, this show, fantastic. What can I say? I love it. Thank you guys so much for everything. For putting up with my emotional crap. And I will see you guys on the next one.